let's react to a CP train conductor career and employee's perspective from CP. I don't know how I've missed this one. I just was going through videos, asked you guys if y'all have any videos you'd like for me to react to. Just drop a link down below. It may block it, but I'll approve it once I check the link, of course.
Railroaders, they're a different breed. Those of us that have lived the lifestyle, done the work, experienced it, know what it's like. It's not easy by any stretch, but it's incredibly rewarding, and I can't really imagine doing anything else. This is actually my second stint at CP. I worked here for 6 years before I was a qualified conductor, locomotive engineer. Fortunately, at the time, the lifestyle didn't agree with me, so I ended up quitting and working construction for 7 years. But I still missed railroading the entire time.
I think we can all relate to that if you've quit, like for me, for instance. You know, it gets in your blood, and once it's in your blood, it's there. That's why I started this channel. I loved my job. I loved the work aspect of it. I loved the camaraderie between me and the guys I worked with. You know, your family when you're out there on the rails, and that's one of the biggest things I do miss. And trust me, I've thought about going back. I've applied. I've even interviewed. I've even got a job offer, and I still turned it down. So I'd have to be in a really bad spot for me to go back.
I feel like railroading is something that gets in your blood.
I just said that.
You know, once you're a railroader, you're always a railroader.
No, that's true.
Starting out can be intimidating. It's up to 6 months of training, both in classroom and out in the field with a coach. And if you qualify as a conductor, then you're going to be out there with your crew getting the work done. And that's actually one thing that I love about this job is the people you work with. Because you spend so
you're reading my mind.
much time with one another, you become family. Once you get comfortable with the job, then you have to adjust to the lack of schedule. You start out on the spare board, you get called for a road trip, a yard job. There's no typical shift. The only thing that's typical is it starts with a phone call and you have 2 hours to get to work and start railroading.
That's it.
It is a physically demanding job. You need to be in decent shape to be able to do it. If you're working the yard, you're walking a lot. You're climbing up and down rail cars, putting on handbrakes, taking off handbrakes, lining switches. There's kneeling, there's bending.
Oh, look at that. He connected the glad hands. I had a brain fart on the other video the other day. He connected the air hose correctly. Look, his foot's outside the gauge. This is just my perspective. Some people like to get inside the gauge. He's outside. His one leg's outside the gauge of the track. Let's just do a slow motion. I want to make a video on this so bad, but this right here, this guy just did it for me. Grab the hose and kink it back with your right hand. Once you kink it back, you hold it. You hold it back with whichever he's using his left arm, and he's grabbing the other hose, and then you just slide the glad hand. If you watch very closely, he picks it up and it falls right into place.
Yard, you're walking a lot.
There's a lot of guys at school with me that was having trouble with that, and once I showed them that trick, they caught on really quick. It's really easy once you figure out how it works.
There's bending. And a typical
makes it look easy.
I think I
promise you, if you get a hold of some new brake hoses or air hoses, them jokers are stiff and it is tough, especially when it's cold.
30,000 steps. As far as the weather's concerned, you need to be prepared for absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Trains don't stop if it's too hot, it's too cold, raining, snowing. So
that's wrong. Trains do stop if there's a tornado. Well, let me rephrase that. They're supposed to stop. Sometimes they don't.
Conductors can't stop working either. Planning your life around the railroad can be tricky. The only thing I plan for is being called to work when I least expect it. So I'm always ready.
There's something else I want to mention here too. I know I keep stopping it, but I want to listen to this part again.
Don't stop if it's too hot, it's too cold, raining, snowing. So conductors can't stop working either.
Conductors can't stop working either. Let me tell you something. If it's lightning outside, I'm not touching that rail car. Sorry, I'm not. Fire me. I don't think so. That's where I draw the line. This job is not worth my life. I'm not going to be grabbing onto a metal rail car on top of a metal rail in the middle of a giant industry. No thanks.
Planning your life around the railroad can be tricky. The only thing I plan for is being called to work when I least expect it. So I'm always ready to go to work. My work bag's packed in my truck. I've got food in my fridge that I can pack for an 8-hour yard shift or 1 to 2 days out on the road. Bottom line is, if you're on call, you have to be ready to go to work at a moment's notice.
Man, that looks cold. No thanks.
The lifestyle of a railroader, it's not for everybody. It works for me. My girlfriend understands it. She's incredibly supportive. I think that's really important, is to have that support at home. It pays
Yeah.
pretty well. It lets me do all the things I love doing.
When do you have time to do those things you love doing, boss man? Please elaborate.
Thing is, railroading is unpredictable. Not everyone's cut out for it.
He didn't elaborate.
You have to accept that unpredictability. Know that you're not going to make every Christmas, every anniversary, or dinner. And you have to be okay with that because that's part of the job. What I love about being conductor is coming in and getting a massive switch list that looks impossible to get done and going out there and just banging it out and being told, good job, great work, and kind of gives me a sense of satisfaction. And I feel like I'm part of something that matters.
So the CP train masters and yard masters tell you guys good job. I think I've only heard that from one yard master of mine, and I'm still friends with him today. That don't come from anybody else though.
I can't imagine doing anything else. Once you live it, you love it, and I love being a railroader.
Yeah, I think that's true. Even if it's not for you, once you live it, you'll still love it, even though you know it's not for you. I actually like that video. It's not too bad. It says the job pays good, gives him the money and to do the things that he loves to do. I don't want to discourage nobody. You'll have time off, but it's you just won't have the time off like you would with a regular job to be able to do the things you want to do. So just be prepared. Pretty good video. I like it. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Like I said, if you have any videos you want me to react to, put them down below. If you post a link and it denies it, just post whatever whatever you want me to watch. Just whatever I need to search on YouTube, I'll find it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Y'all be safe. Bye.